I probably had more things to talk about, but I've forgotten them at this point. But mostly that and Thanksgiving is what I've been dying to talk about. But I've just had computer issues since around Thanksgiving, and
Well, are those mostly resolved?
maybe. I came home last night going, okay, I just got off of work. I'm gonna get the review me and Kelvin did off this camcorder, and I'll start working on that. And I'm like, I gotta turn the computer on. Computer wouldn't boot. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just press this button to do the soft reset. And the computer wouldn't boot again. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to do if it's not booting. And so then I pressed the power button, and I'm like, well, I'm going to do a hard reset this time. I'm going to make it turn itself off, and then I'm going to start again. And it still wouldn't boot. And I did it one more time, it wouldn't boot. So then I just turned it off. I turned everything off. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of pissed off because I was hoping to get shit done. Because I wanted to get the review out. I wanted to attempt, since I have been having so many computer issues and work has been so stressful, I was hoping to get the please update stuff ready so that I could post that, since I worked really hard on that title card and was very inspired after that really shitty author's rant, having to cover that. And I didn't get to do any of that because the computer crapped out. Pretty much around Turkey, like the week before Turkey Day. And it was impossible to get my brother and my schedules to align so that I could take it to the doctor. And so basically by the time I got it to computer doctor, it was a week after it completely broke. And then there was Thanksgiving, and so then, basically we were going on week 3 after, Thanksgiving, that I finally got it to the computer doctors. And then they had it for almost the rest of that week because they had gotten it to boot, but there were system errors that they couldn't fix. And so they're like, we'll have to reinstall the operating system to fix that. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I mean, that sucks that I gotta spend extra money to get that, but if it fixes a lot of problems, that'd be fine. So then the next day they call me again and they're like, you remember we said we just had to reinstall the operating system? And I'm like, yeah. Well, we're not really sure why, but the hard drive has completely broken. So basically, when I took the computer in the last time it needed a new hard drive, it was, making the clicking noise of death.
Yeah.
So a year later, the hard drive they had installed apparently just decided to kill itself. And they're like, the only thing it's doing is making a clicking sound. It won't even boot. But they're like, we've already made, like, a mirror of your stuff, so you still have that. It's just we can't do anything with this new drive. With the drive that we installed in your computer in the last time you brought it in. And I'm just like, well, crap. And I'm like, well, how much more is it going to cost to have another hard drive put in there? And it was something like, I think I paid, it went from like $170 to like almost $200. Oh, it sucked so hard. And so I'm like, okay, we'll do that instead. And so I brought it home and it works. The only thing I didn't really like it, but I'm like, well, I guess I'll have to put up with it, is it takes forever to shut down. And, I'm like, well, I don't like it, but as long as it works, I'll live.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, when I came home from work, it did that booting thing, where it didn't boot no matter what I did. And I was like, fuck me! it's Christmas and they're not going to be there again until Wednesday. Damn. And so I went and I messed around with my laptop. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to edit or do anything. And I woke up today and I'm like, I shouldn't probably bother with it, but I'm just going to turn it on and see if I can get it to boot. And I turned it on, and wouldn't you know it booted right up as if there was no problem.
Well, I hope it continues to boot up without a problem.
Well, it's restarted once, but that's par for the course. So, I mean, the restarting thing doesn't really surprise me. It's done that since it was brand new.
Yeah.
And the only thing me and the computer guys could reason it was doing that for was because it's a gaming desktop, there's probably not enough power in this apartment to properly power it. And so, like, if there's a flicker with the power or something, it just immediately restarts itself because there's not enough power to keep it going.
That may be it.
But right now, it seems to be working. I say this, I anticipate it to crash at any moment now and restart itself, or just not boot.
Well, let's hope not.
I hope so, but I mean, my luck in the end of this year. I mean, we are in the middle of the season of shit, and it's not going to be over until April, so.
It's been a year of shit, frankly.
Yeah, but once the season of shit started, it has really hit the fan. I mean, it started a little earlier this year with the whole cancer thing happening in July, once discovering that. But,
yeah, this year has been a real turd, frankly.
Yeah. But, I mean, once I went back to work, it's September, around September 18th is when I went back. We were fully into the beginnings of the season of shit, and it definitely has been the end of year shit hitting the fan. Just, if it can go wrong horribly, it will. It will go so wrong that it is hard for you to process how wrong it's going to go.
Yeah, this year has been a real piece of crap. I do hope that 2019 is much, much, much better.
I hope so. On top of all this bullcrap going on, my anxiety's been trying to spark. And I'm like, please no. I've been doing so well since 2016. I really don't want to have a major freak out again. Where I'm just like I was for the majority of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to go work and feel normal and be able to be happy instead of upset all the time. Like unduly stressed because of shit that I can't help. But there's no sense in worrying about because there's no point in worrying about it.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it's just a stress from work is maybe trying to set that off.
Yeah, I think maybe getting out of that toxic situation and into a better one would be advisable, because right now it's just adding to the bad. But let's hope that good things will happen soon, and maybe the next year will improve instead of being such a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
It was good to talk to you. I'm glad to catch up on all these things.
I wish there had been better things like, oh yeah, I moved into a house myself and it's really nice and I got books everywhere and I added like 15 cats to my home and they're all really nice and they love to snuggle and they just purr up a storm, and I have this great job called YouTube where I just make a bunch of book review videos and everyone loves them, and I talk about fan fiction and my favorite series and how much I love storytelling and characters and alternate worlds, and people's imaginations are amazing. And yeah. I don't have to go outside of my house. I just work from home and I have my groceries delivered. It's amazing.
Yeah, that sounds really nice.
One day, maybe. One day.
One day.